And right before you go to teach a class, like, it's not working. And you have to turn your brain on from freezing.
Always. And then you're like, why? Nobody knows. The internet gets mad. That's where the money is at. It is not, so you have to, really be solid and like, well, why are you doing it? Do you love teaching group fitness? Awesome. Then do that and know how many hours it takes to make you feel good and not feel burnt out.
Hi, Sunshine Moore here, creator of Fit Tech. We are the hub for virtual fitness instructors to learn technology and equipment solutions, plus sales and marketing strategies to successfully launch your online businesses. From our mini courses to our signature course, we bring education to you around the world. And when we do that, you go out and serve the world. And that is a mission that we can get behind. We'll meet you where you are ready. Maybe it's a mini course, confidence on camera. Maybe it's a 7-day challenge, how to set up your virtual studio. Or maybe you're ready for the signature course, how to successfully launch your online business, which includes not only all of the tech aspects, but sales and marketing strategies. We aim to build our know, like, and trust factor with you with this podcast. And also in each podcast, there are resources in the notes and ways to connect with us further. Please check the notes, reach out. We are here for you, Fit Pro. Hey, Fit Pro, Sunshine back here with another awesome episode of the Fit Tech podcast, where I try very hard to be brief, that you can listen to this in the car on the way to pick up the kids, or you're doing laundry or housework, and also provide you value in the resources. So if I've piqued your interest or your trust, you go check the show notes to get a resource that will be helpful for your business. I've stayed true to that. It needs to be useful. It needs to be something that you can apply quickly and that is meaningful to grow your business. I am recording this actually ahead of time. I am going on a 5-week excursion to Boston with my daughter, and I want to make sure that a couple of the podcasts the first week or two that I'm there are already set to go, just in case I don't have great access to internet, or she and I are having a blast, or whatever. I'm preparing for the variables. I'm excited to run through all of these things that I came up with about being an entrepreneur that only we understand and that seemingly the rest of the world does not. 7 things that are specific to being a fitness entrepreneur that most people do not understand. Number 1, every song is making the choreography gods go wild in my head. Number 2, this is what I am wearing today and tomorrow. Number 3, I taught, but that's not my workout. I still have to go do that. Number 4, I do not secretly eat pizza. I post that picture right up on the Facebooks proudly. Number 5, you do not have to be a fitness freak like I am. So quit apologizing for the burger you just ate. I don't care. Number 6, my body is generally sore somewhere, but I won't tell you, and you won't know it. I still teach. Number 7, before coming in here, I was crying on the phone, but I won't tell you, and you won't know it, and I will still teach. Hopefully you got a kick out of that, and we're nodding your head in agreement.
This is Michelle Duval. We are here both in our in-home studios, and we are so excited to have a great chat with you. Michelle is a world of experience, not just in fitness, but in business. And I know that because I stalked her for a long time before reaching out and saying, hey, I would love to have a conversation with you. You have no idea I've been following you. Yay. You have a lot of not just information, but motivation, but really sound experience to lend on for anything that we end up discussing today. So without further ado, Michelle's going to tell you a little about who you are, and then I'll do my best to be our tour director.
Amazing. Well, hi. Thank you, Sunshine, for having me. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for stalking me. I love that.
You're
And
welcome.
it makes me feel good that people are watching, even if it's not always like the engagement that you think you see, right? So my elevator pitch, I'm Michelle Duval. I am a professional fitness instructor. I've been teaching for over 15 years, Pilates, bar, yoga, TRX, self-massage. I run bar variations. I've co-created it, developed it, and this is my second venture in creating my own brand and company. Mm-hmm. That's not 30 seconds. I don't know. I haven't done this in a while.
Oh, it's perfect. And you know what
about me? So I was a former professional dancer. I've been around the block. So I started at 22, which, you know, you're naive for a reason. That young, you just do things, you just teach things. And then I was lucky enough to live in places that brought me a lot of different people through the door. So not to say that you have to, be in a big city or a small town. I just was lucky enough that when I was 22, I was teaching people 2 to 3 times my age. That taught me a lot of things that you don't learn in your training, and rightfully so. I think you do need to learn some of that on the job. And then was lucky enough to be partnered with another business, although it didn't work out. That's really, that was my business school. That was very eye-opening because I came from the dance world, came from fitness, and I was like, oh, this is fun. And then they're like,
you got the real business education.
Oh, yeah. Wanted and unwanted.
Sure. Sometimes I think, and I can say this, I have the MBA, but I can say that sometimes I wish I didn't know what I would know, because I think I would take more risks. Right?
Yeah. Somebody asked me the other day, like, what would you do different 5 years ago? So I started Bar Variations. It'll be 5 years in December. And honestly, I don't think I wanted to know anything either. I think I'm somebody that has to learn for myself, and, good and bad. And, if somebody told me like, oh, you're going to need to do this, or you're going to have to do this, or you're going to need these resources, I still probably would have tried to find a way anyway. So I don't know if I would necessarily, I don't believe in like regretting what you've done in the past. I think it's who you are, and not necessarily regret, but wish for something else. Like, had I known what I known, yeah, I'd definitely be in a different place. Had I had more money, yeah, I would definitely be in a different place, but I didn't. So.
You did it. Yes. Yes, you absolutely did it.
Yeah.
Well, finances is one of the things that I really found that you and I can have that real conversation when I was stalking your podcast, because you get it. You get the mindset of not only investing in your business, but talking about paying yourself first versus last, right? Valuing the service you're offering. If you go to the chiropractor, you pay your chiropractor. Why on earth wouldn't you pay your health expert? Why on earth wouldn't you compensate that person? And then you also talk about investing in outsourcing, which again is somewhat new to a lot of people. So we'll just jump in there, if that's okay with you. We'll just jump right in with fitness finances, if you will.
Yeah, it's a tricky one for people, because there's more so nowadays, because of social media, there's a big facade of what people are actually earning, what resources they have behind the scenes to make them look a certain way, or what they're producing is a certain way, right? So it makes it hard to navigate what you should be putting into your own business, because it just feels like everybody's making 6 figures and more, $10,000 a month, and like, that is just, I would say 95% not true. If you start doing your research and digging into maybe some of your favorite fitfluencers, fitness instructors that have major influence, not just Apple, we know they have money, right? We know Peloton has money, but what sometimes people don't know is that their favorite fitfluencer has the money resource in order to immediately buy the nice camera, buy the nice microphone. That's basic. But they also have the resources of maybe their friends are the editor of a certain magazine, or their, former client puts them in touch with another media outlet. And so you can't compare if you're not already starting on that same, I would say, financial or resources like connections level.
Yes.
And people don't want to hear that. Oh, I did it all on my own, right? And it's not devaluing somebody that maybe has more money or more connections. It's just different. It's just different. So you're going to have to use your own resources in a different way. And also maybe curb your expectations of, are you just looking to get famous? Right? Even if it's Instagram famous, or are you looking to actually run a business? I think it's good to have mentors. It's good to have role models.
Yes.
And engage in their content and pay them, because quite frankly, can a $20,
yes.
can, a $20 a month subscription fee to take a class from a teacher you like, that's nothing. So like, I didn't have a free trial for a long time. It really, again, pained me. I was like, oh God, that's like having somebody come in person, sitting there for 7 days, deciding if they want to move with me.
Right. Where did that come from, Michelle? It drives me crazy too. Why are we devaluing? You go to the doctor, you go to the chiropractor, you go to the dentist, and you pay them. Where did this come from?
I wish I knew the source, because I would love to be like, beat them
with a stick. No, come in a bar class and we'll make you hold 8 pounds and watch you just cry.
Yeah. I think it's a way to I think the idea probably started like nicely, where it was like, oh, get to know me. If you like me, you're going to pay.
No, because who are you going to check? I used to teach this. I taught marketing at the university level, and I'm going back to that in the fall. And I taught about Groupon, and I got them to understand, who are you attracting? Yes, this was 12 years ago. Who are you attracting? You're attracting someone who doesn't value the product at the price point that it actually is. They're only coming in for the deal. Why are you putting your marketing dollars into attracting the person who's not ultimately going to be your client or your customer? No, I would never use Groupon.
Correct. For that stuff, what I will say is, should you teach at an athleisure company, clothing store, there's those questions like, are you going to teach at Athleta, those community classes? Yes. In the beginning you are, because you know what? The hype is actually real. You need to hype yourself up. You need to show people in your community that you exist. And it's great content. And that's the hype. And have I gotten any clients out of teaching those classes? One for years. But you know what? The hype is real, because I booked a full sold out workshop after teaching those classes. So you have to have that plan of like, look at what I'm doing.
Yes, you're generating a lead in that way. If you have a plan, it makes sense.
No, because people who are taking free classes on a Saturday in your local community are not going to come and even take your mat class. They're certainly not going to book a one-on-one.
Right.
That's more expensive. So Groupon. I mean, I was in New York City when ClassPass started, and that detrimental to the industry. And I don't know if they exist anymore in post-COVID, because so many places, I think they exist in a different way. I think they're virtuals now. And anyways, even MindBody going, oh, now you have to pay for live stream. These big corporate companies have the manpower to know what the trends are, to act on those trends, and then to try to be the third party. And what I learned my first go around of starting a bar business was, there's always a middleman. And at the end of the day, you are not going to be first on that list. You're going to be at the bottom of the list to get paid. Yes. Bottom. I was offered in my own company 1% net profit. You know what that means?
Zero.
A zero. I'm a
Zero.
line item
They went
that will get
deduction.
zero.
Yeah.
Yes, I would get zeroed out. Everybody would get paid except for me. And I did not sign those papers, and it was not pretty. It was almost a lawyer case. And I was like, nope, you cannot tell me what I can teach. You cannot take my intellectual property away from me. No. So if you are going to sell your program, you have to kind of look at it like, is it sellable? Which I think in fitness, it's very hard to scale your business in order to then get acquired, unlike other like startup companies, right? If we start to look at ourselves as a startup company, is it scalable? Is it sellable, right? That's the ultimate goal in startups, is to scale and sell.
Wait, say that again. No, not many people know this. When you start your company, right? If you're thinking logically, business minded, you're ultimately starting it to sell it. Yeah. That would blow the doors off most people. What? That's my baby? No, that's not why I'm doing it. I love it. I'm so passionate about it. Yes, I know.
Yeah.
But you're building it to sell it.
Yeah. The pathways are I don't like using the word just. You're just a teacher. Okay. You're a manager. Okay. You're a studio owner. You're a teacher trainer.
You're working in your business, or are you working on your business?
Right. And now not everybody wants to maybe sell something, but you have to really know that there's an end to all of those pathways. You can only teach so many hours. You can only teach so many clients. You're only going to be able to scale to a certain degree in each of those pathways. Now, okay, you're a studio owner. Are you franchising? Are you licensing? No? Okay, are you running your teacher training program to constantly have teachers coming in? What are those other big items that you're selling? Okay, I just want to be a teacher. Great. So stop spending all your money and do it the easy way. Do it the fun way. Don't pay for Zoom. Don't pay for email. Don't pay for all this stuff because it's not giving you back. Don't put your videos online where now you have to pay for them to be hosted.
Yes.
It's unless they're paying for your marketing, and let's be honest, digital marketing, you're in $5,000 deep before you're even getting started.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Let's add on app to that. Do you need an app?
Do you need an app? And how much a month are you willing to invest in that?
Correct. So you can either do a third party, you own none of your content, you own none of those contacts, you cannot get a hold of them. Okay, you build an app. Okay, hi, $25,000 for a good working app, period.
Do you mind if I ask, and you can tell me no, when you invested in your website, who did you hire and what did you invest? I'll tell you what I invested as well.
Yeah. So I started with Wix. I started my own. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then I maxed out on all of the options, and it was pre video library days.
Oh, so I had a Weebly, so I'm right there with you.
Yes. I think my michelleduval.com was on Weebly for a while. I used that one. I used Wix. I never used Squarespace. I used Wix because it did have a video platform for when I started the video library. Yes. And then all of a sudden you're like, well, I have to use PayPal. PayPal will not let you have your clients that are subscribing to you. So you can't transfer their information if you're going to then go somewhere else. Okay. So then I'm like, oh shit. I paid, I would say $2,500 the first round website. Okay. We're doing some bartering. We're working it out. Super generous. And then I would say second, third time around, I paid like $5,000 more. I had a base. So it was easy to be like, I'm not going to pay you that much because I built it for you. Right. I moved to WordPress, and then I paid about $2,500 more to have them build it out. Now I host my stuff via Vimeo. So their work was not as extensive. It was basically templated. I add those pages in. I work my back end. I know how my website works. I do all of it. And I just needed the pretty, like other things.
Pretty. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So all in all,
maybe you should teach that.
how to create your own website. I know I work usually individually. I've worked with somebody one-on-one doing this, and it takes time because everybody's needs are individual. When you start telling people Vimeo is $700 for the year to host unlimited videos, okay, that's the price. Okay, now you got to pay for WordPress. Now you got to pay, like, not everybody wants that work. I like doing the tech. I like figuring things out. I like to know how, like, the ins and outs. I've told people, like, just do YouTube. Just do Vimeo, just have subscribers on there. And, but first you need to give them access. So you have to do some work, and there's no perfect answer, I think, like, because then you need those leads in your email list.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it comes back to, what is your why? Right? Why are you doing this? And then I want to know who you're serving, how you're solving a problem for them. Right. And what is your promise to them? What is that metric? Promise. So,
and I think if we take our ego out of it, of like, I like to have gear. I like to have the things. Hello, microphone. I have a camera. Like, I like having those things. But if you take your ego out of it, you talk to somebody not in the fitness industry, tell them how much you're spending or how much you're getting paid. I've also done corporate classes. That's where the money is at. It is not, so you have to, really be solid and like, well, why are you doing it? Do you love teaching group fitness? Awesome. Then do that and know how many hours it takes to make you feel good and not feel burnt out. There's a lot of questioning. And I think that is like my passion and why behind the coaching is it's tempting to make templates for people. People don't do it. They don't implement it. As much as we say we want someone else to do the work, it really has to come from you, and you have to do the work. You have to ask the questions. And, it's easy to be like, oh, well, they're podcasting and they have this amazing like online following and it looks so fun and popular. We're such teenagers. We love that. Excuse my language, but like, we want to be like cool,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And we're comparing and
yes. And it ultimately
syndrome comes in, and
it ultimately goes down to, we want to be loved. We want ourselves to be valued. The work, we feel that is important. We're passionate about what we do, which is why we do this. We want to help people ultimately feel good. So when does it have to feel cool? Like, do your clients need to like be super Like, no, you look at who's showing up for you and give them the love back. Those are your peeps, and they're showing up most likely for you if they're not already on like a larger platform. Right. So
yes, 100%. You get it.
Our basement is actually 175 square feet larger than our apartment. We were in a 1-bedroom for a year with our son. So I was and I was live streaming all of my classes in front of my closet. It was absolutely insane. I don't recommend that. I'm all about the hustle, but I'm like, that was a little much. So now having, somebody else kind of give me permission to like create space for myself, I was like, wow, yeah, okay. So now this is my little,
that's your space. Maybe at the end, I'll take you into my basement in my room space where I can lock the door and this is my space.
And
I don't want to come out.
No, I know. And you don't like necessarily need a whole room, or if you have that privilege, like great, but it can be done anywhere. I was literally on my mat in front of my closet. My bed was like 3 feet away, and a wide lens camera like did the trick. Nobody knew until I did like on my stories. I'm like, this is what I'm working with. Just so you know, you don't have to have this or even bigger to just get your work out there, right?
Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to check the notes for a resource, a free resource guide to something that you need for your business. The links to connect with us, whether it's Instagram or our website, are there. And then lastly, remember that we teach courses to help you get your business going. Right now, we're pushing the course Confidence on Camera, because before you can even start your business, you need to be able to push play. So check out that course and all of our other courses, like how to successfully launch your studio, in the show notes. Please connect. We'll see you soon.